Hello, everyone. Welcome to Afro Swag Media and Magazine. My name is Deborah. As always, I'll be your host on this show. And today I have two very special guests. I'm going to bring them to the camera so that we can discover who they are. Hi, Jamil.
Hello, Deborah. Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. And yourself?
I'm doing right. I'm doing right. Thank you for having me at Afro Swag. I'm
Thank-
excited.
Thanks for being here. Let's bring Tiffany.
Hello, everyone. I'm
Hi,
super excited
Tiffany.
to be here. Hi, Miss Deborah.
How are you?
I'm wonderful today.
Good to have the two of you.
Yes.
The player's us. The player's us. We hear a lot about Afro Swag, so it was just about time that we come to Afro Swag magazine.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm very excited tonight, and you guys know why. So Chef Jamil and Tiffany and myself, we had the opportunity to participate in a youth program this summer, right, guys?
Yes,
Hmm.
we did. We did
Yes.
indeed.
All right. Can I will not be the only one, asking questions
That's
tonight.
fine.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
because we are all guests tonight, right?
Hmm.
That's fine. That's fine. We're
Yeah.
just a family. We're just having a discussion. It's not a host and a guest. It's just a family discussion.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes. So the program is called Stepup Program. It's by Empowerment Network, and they host this program for youth from age 14 through 21. Um, and Tiffany, can you tell us your role?
Sure. So I had the opportunity of facilitating a tech camp for the 14 and 15-year olds. We all collaborated and created the Step Up Cafe. So we were responsible for creating their website and all the promotional material for the cafe. We had a great time doing that.
Right. And then Chef Jamil, can you please tell us what you did with before even we get to the collaboration piece of it, what were you doing with the youth during this summer?
Yes, but I think it's important to mention here that I was introduced by Deborah to Step Up Omaha. So thank you. So people got to know that for the plugin. But I had the honor to teach culinary basic skills to youth in Omaha. One of the things that's important is that some of the young kids that have the willingness and the passion to go into this field don't have that option anymore because our school system decided to just take away that possibility, that option. They don't offer that anymore. So being able to step up and being able to teach them that was important for me.
Mhm, mhm. And thank you so much for the great work that you did. So, and I was with the youth entrepreneurs, the ones that were interested in becoming business owners and had great, excellent ideas. So that the cohort that I had, and we talk about business, we talk about the fundamentals, we talk about having a business idea, what does it mean to be an entrepreneur, and what does it take to take your idea from the idea concept to having an established business. So that's basically what I had to do with this youth this summer. And then while we were teaching the concept, I believe the idea came from Jamil, Chef Jamil, to come together to collaborate in order to practice the concept that we were teaching the youth and make it really something, sustainable, something that is not just the concept that they're taking back home, but
Hmm.
they're actually living that experience.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about it?
Yes, I think you nailed it. It's because as you can see, we all three have component that really work for any business. All right. So in the
Mhm.
business model, you're gonna need IT, you're gonna need business, uh, concept. People we're gonna teach you about your business model. Writing your incorporating your business, and all that. So you need that part. For me, as a chef, I just felt like the kids were just coming in and learning. They had a passion and drive to learn,
Mhm.
but if we could just turn that learning into practice for them at that young age, it will do something for them. It will give them not only the notion and the but also the practicality. So that's why I was like, okay, we gotta make this more fun. We gotta make this, like you say, sustainable, a long term something. So that's when I approached you guys, and then I'm grateful that you guys were open about it, and you were like, because this is just like reinventing the wheel as we're going. Because we had a program set, you guys had a curriculum and all that, but when I approached you, you just embraced this idea, and then you saw the value in it, and then we were able, like, in 2 week turnaround,
Yes.
to go from not having something to having a cafe where we had a business people who had a business plan for us, coach the chefs on how to have a business, what they need to do on the marketing side, what they need to do on selling things and all that, to IT develop, like, website for us, putting our product on the website, and then us changing our class to become a fully operational restaurant and a banquet, so it was just great to see how everything worked together.
Mm-hmm. Tiffany?
Yes, I was overjoyed to be able to collaborate all three. I feel like, and we're talking about the power of collaboration.
Hmm.
As the African proverb goes, we go farther together. We can go
Hmm.
faster alone or go farther
Hmm.
together, and that's
Hmm.
what we did. We put all our resources together, all our knowledge, all our expertise, and really built something that is sustainable that we can do again. I was just ecstatic to be able to um, provide the tech and marketing piece to this, and just to see it come full circle was amazing to me. And I mean, we did it in such a short time, and
Mm-hmm.
it just it was just great to see the youth get on board with it and really be excited and understand how do you take an idea and really build it out to be something, right?
Mm-hmm.
To have a product at the end. So I was amazed that we pulled it off. I wasn't surprised, but it was just great to see the end result, and to see the value that the youth got out of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, what was the challenge? Oh, before we even get to the
Yeah.
challenge, let's talk about Jamil, Chef Jamil. What did you have to do regarding the structure of your class? I know you had to divide the class into two groups. Can you please tell us
Mhm.
a little bit about it?
Yes. So we just basically, when we had a class, it was just everybody just were like learning, wanted to cook, learning how the basic of cooking. But as you will know that when you have any team, you will start picking up skills. You start seeing what everybody's skills are, everybody's drivers, everybody domain are. So we decided to just have a front end facing, basically what we call a front of the house in the restaurant world or hospitality world, and the back of the house. So we identify strong people that can interact with customers, and then someone that really wanted to just do this, because hospitality world is mixed. So we then originally we were doing like a rotation where
Mm-hmm.
everybody kind of like can do this role here and there, but I think after a couple of weeks and after we start talking about this, we slowly feel identify people that really will be good in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And and I was amazed. I don't want to jump the gun and get into that, but I will ask you guys also this question later on. But um, I was amazed about how the intern will adapt or did adapt to the new setting, and how they embraced that, and then how we're able to just work fluently. So I will return the question to you guys also with that. Did you have to make any change to your class as far as identifying people, giving different role?
Yes, I did. So I broke the class up into the marketing team and website team. So we
Yep.
had a team that built websites, and then we had a team that did the marketing part, did the flyers, captured pictures, things
Mhm.
of that nature. We had to figure out what their interests were.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really had to pull out skills from them, because they were intimidated and scared at first. But
Yeah,
after
you
I
will be.
showed them, you
You
know,
will be.
yeah, this is what a website looks like. This is what you do. Oh, okay. I get it. A lot of times, even though we're uh, uh, um, users of technology, to become a producer is
Mhm.
challenging. It's like
Yes.
so nerve wracking. Like, no, you can do this. So
Mm-hmm.
it was delightful to see all the different talents we had in the room that they didn't even know that they possessed. So that
Yes.
it was great to see that. I pushed them,
Mhm.
and they were so happy at the end of the camp, the tech camp, that hey, now I can go build a website. Now I
Mhm.
have some tech tools in my belt and I can use that um, in the future.
Absolutely. And to answer your question, Jamil, I will say it was, in a very short time, it was difficult to come up with how to reorganize the class, given, the flow that we were using, and then we had to come up with this collaboration and work together. So, like Tiffany said, pulling those skills and identifying, the strengths that we had in the class, who is good at Excel, who is good at this, what can I teach them, in 30 minutes so that we can open the restaurant. And I
Yeah.
remember while we were doing that, once either if it's Tiffany's class, the a little bit behind on the
Mhm.
website building, or if once one of the three components lacks something, the whole restaurant shuts down.
Yes. You brought
Thank you,
something.
Deborah, for bringing that up.
No, 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 no. But the thing about it is that I think she brought, and that's what I was alluding to earlier, because I was gonna ask you guys, what question did you get from the kids, or what did you see them say? Because Deborah just bring a whole point. They kept asking me like, okay, I mean, we could cook. Why can't we just? I'm like, wait a minute. So if you have a
Hi,
business, though,
Sasha.
it takes more than just cooking.
Right,
It takes more than just saying I'm ready right here. You have to make sure that it is ready to. You have to make sure that you check with, first of all, your business, people where they can, give you all that advice. So I think what they learn is that it takes more than just one thing
right.
to have a business that works. And to me, I think, I know we're talking about this like, because sometimes you can't necessarily appreciate yourself, like they say of Proverbs in Togo. This is like, we're having a conversation about what we achieve, what we're able to give as an idea or as a notion to the intern. It's huge, because if
Mhm,
anything, they were able to know that this is what it takes to have a business.
mhm,
Right.
And sometimes when they come to me, I'll say, okay, you got to go talk to, like I would tell the front, you have to go talk to IT. You have to make sure that the menu you put in there is right, the menu for you.
mhm,
Well, you have to go talk to Deborah class, because what you want to find out, how will I reconcile my sale with the cost? How
mhm,
will I, account the money? How will I do this? I'm like, well, you have to go talk to this class so they can teach you that also. You can work with them. You have to
mhm,
make sure you're on the flow. So if one component doesn't work, hey, the other component will not work.
mhm,
Right.
That's kind of what it
Right.
is, because we can't sell until we have a goal. So I think for
Yeah.
me, that's those questions that they had, and seeing them going back, then coming back is okay. They're doing this, they're doing that, or seeing IT coming to our class is okay. We need to talk to you guys.
mhm,
Or seeing the
Right.
class, the entrepreneur class come to us. Okay, what is your idea? What is your vision? What is your mission? What are you trying to achieve? I
mhm,
think to me at that young age, if you have that, so you understand a little bit, and you have an edge on other people who don't know how business works. Yeah.
mhm,
So that's totally what you bring. Yeah. It's not necessarily like a negative, but actually it's a positive in the sense that they seen the real life
Exactly.
mhm,
how it work. They seen the real life.
mhm.
So that's one thing that for me I'll take with me, like, hey, it was the positive. One of the positive.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
Tiffany, did you have anything else to add regarding um, that aspect?
Just that it showed that we all had to work together, like Chef said. If
Mhm,
one thing failed, everything. It's all a process. It all connects. So everybody has to be on point. We have to help each other, and it really created a teamwork and a dynamic of understanding. Okay,
Hmm.
we have to get this information in order to do this. So how do we get this information? You know, so it was really good. It was frustrating, but it was a good frustrating. It was a teachable moment. You know,
Yes.
mhm,
how do we not make the same mistake again? How can
Hmm.
we make sure that this is right? What it challenged them to problem solve, and deal with conflict resolution.
Mhm.
So it was really a win, with having some hiccups along the way. But
Mhm.
within a few weeks, a couple weeks, we did amazing. We did have to pivot,
Mhm.
our curriculum, and it was fine.
Hmm.
They still got those tech tools that I was delivered for the camp. So it turned out fabulous.
Mm-hmm. And technology is great, right? We all love technology, but one issue that we had to, deal with was that the when we were pulling data, the Excel sheets and everything, there were duplicates, and some of the others weren't showing. So when
Yes, yes, yes.
it was time to do the report to know, okay, did we make any profit? Did we do we need to
Mhm.
readjust or change the price, or what do we need to do? It was difficult. And when they told me, oh, we only sold 3 tacos and we only sold 3 quesadilla, I was like, no, there were a bunch of people that ordered quesadilla. There's
Mhm.
something probably not right. Maybe there was a glitch in the system. So how do
Mhm.
we figure that out? And then
Mhm.
we came upstairs and we were able to see everything that you guys had written on your whiteboard.
Mhm. The
That
whiteboard,
was
yeah, yeah,
very
yes.
helpful. Sometimes when you don't have this backup and everybody relies on technology nowadays, then
Wow.
what do you do?
Yes, yeah.
Exactly.
I
Mhm,
think
Exactly.
Deborah right there. See, what I like about it is that you are bringing little things that we overlook, and
mhm,
then you actually bring in there, and that's really really great example of system working, and
mhm,
that's also a great example of the intern being exposed to something like this.
mhm.
Right, we kept track also in the restaurant because
Yes.
I'm gonna call it a restaurant now because it was a Stepup Cafe. We kept track
Mhm,
of what we were selling because I told them, listen, no matter what's going on over there, you also have to keep track as a chef to know
mhm,
what's going on. And in this case, right, because technology wasn't like what we wanted it to be, we were able to reconcile with that. However, that technology issue also is for me, it's a learning moment for that. Those are probably like for me, it's like one of the key things because a lot of people don't know what it takes to get there. Like when,
mhm,
especially in IT, you have to go through a lot of scrum, a lot of step process to get to the final point, and you're gonna clean
mhm,
up those glitches. For them to be able to go through this, and I told them at the end, I'm like, if you go to a restaurant now and you look up and you order food and somebody able to give you something, now you have respect for them. You know what it took
Exactly.
to get there. You know what it took
Exactly.
for them to upload that thing on the menu on the website before you click, or even if you order shoes or something online, you know the process. You
mhm,
Right.
know you know what it is, and I think I don't know about other program in the city or anywhere else doing this, but I don't think I've heard of cohort working together like this to create something. I mean, the
mhm,
only thing I know is that you have to go to a culinary school to see that concept. Even that, it's just they're only teaching you how to cook. They don't combine these three.
mhm,
You're not part of the. Even when I went to school, culinary school here at Metro, all I learned was how to cook. I mean,
mhm,
there was no IT class involved to know, hey, this house gonna end up. There was no, nobody said, okay, this is how you write your business model, this is how you do this, all that. Even at that age, but we
mhm.
are able to do this for the kids, and to me, I think we need to highlight that that's really, really something unique that we accomplished something
Yes.
that we might not realize right now. We don't see, the impact of it, how we should. But I think there's a model that we were able to do it.
Mhm,
And yeah, step up. 2 week turnaround, we made it happen. So just think about if you can kind of like expand this or
mhm.
redesign this and see how it will gel together work. Imagine that's just how we can teach the youth at that young
Mhm.
age.
Right.
You know, what do
Yeah,
you guys think?
and also, talking about the business fundamentals, the concept and everything, we
Hmm.
taught them the process, like how to um, be able to, write your ideas on paper, like
Hmm.
your vision, put it
Hmm.
in writing, and then
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
your mission statement, put it in writing, and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, taking those concepts and then actually putting that on your website, on the website.
Right.
That way,
Hmm.
Right.
everybody could see it. Okay, we have a vision statement. This is
Hmm.
what this is about, and
Hmm.
the mission, like, what are we? How are we going to make that happen. It was
Right.
Mhm.
amazing to see that on the website, and then
Mhm.
you guys were able to create the menu. I know, Chef Jamil, you have also a background in accounting and marketing, and how
Mhm.
you were able to put that menu together in a very short time. You know, your teamwork, it was amazing. And then Tiffany,
Mhm.
I mean, it's amazing how I had to bring, my team to your class, your IT class. That
Mhm.
way they can experience the process of building a website.
Mhm. Sorry.
And then
Mhm.
Mhm.
how some of Chef Jamil's, especially the front of the
Yeah.
house, they came
Mhm.
to my office to learn about, bookkeeping and
Yes.
cost of goods sold and
Mhm.
also expenses, to be able to keep track of everything that you
Mhm.
guys did. It was amazing.
Mhm.
Tiffany?
Yeah. To be it's the builder website was great because we had to go to chef and say, okay, what is your mission? And then they had to come back and say, okay, this is the mission statement. How do we project it on a website? What pictures do we use? Where do we want to place it? All
Mhm.
of the placement, the design of the website, we had to figure out by getting the information from chef. You
Mhm,
know, even the menu, we had to change out the menu every week.
mhm,
Okay, so what pictures are you going to use this week? How are you going to describe the food, the menu? What are you going to say? You have to go to the restaurant, to the cafe to get that information. How are you going to show the world and showcase what we're selling?
mhm,
So it was really great to watch them process all of that. And not,
mhm,
you build a website, you have to be you have to think about it. It's a
mhm,
process. It's not
Mhm.
just throwing things on there. This is for the
mhm.
world to see. You are promoting your
Yes.
Mhm.
services and your products. So you want it to make sense. You want it to look nice. You want the menu to be representative of what you're selling. So
Mhm,
it was a thought process in everything that they did in building the website and even the flyer. How do
mhm,
you want the flyer to look? It has to be engaging. It has to show that this somebody wants to eat this food. What picture are
Yes.
you putting on there? So
exactly.
marketing was key too. And then also how we track the orders. How do they even order online, order the food?
Yes.
What process do we use? And one girl, I was so surprised because she was really quiet, but she gave us the idea: use a Google sheet. I said, "Oh, okay. How do you connect it?" And she knew I knew how to connect it, but I was pulling them out. How do you connect it to the website? And she knew it, and she didn't even realize it that she knew how to do it.
Yeah.
So that was a learning experience as well for them.
Mhm,
You just can't just go throw something on a web page and say this is it. No, you have to think about it, and you have to make sure that what your information is on the website correlates to the business that you are building it for.
and
So those were some teachable moments there.
yes, as you were talking, I remember some of the front office, I mean front of the
Yeah.
house is
Yes.
okay. In the kitchen, they had to come downstairs and pitch, pitch the idea, pitch
Yeah.
the
Yes.
menu,
Yep.
everything to us.
Yep.
And then my class, we are at the same time the entrepreneurs, the business people, and the customers, right? And they
Mhm.
were
Mhm.
asking questions about the menu. Okay, what do you have on this sandwich? How
Mhm.
is it cooked and all that stuff?
Mhm.
And some of them were shy. Then I had to, give them a little session on
Yep.
how to
Mhm.
pitch your business idea,
Exactly. Uh huh.
and
Mhm.
it's amazing. It's amazing the whole thing that they had to experience. And then my class, when we were doing the pitches, pitching the business ideas, they
Mhm.
didn't really see the importance. Then when your class came to my room and they were presenting the food, okay, today
Mhm.
we have on the menu this, that, and
Mhm.
that, and we will be taking orders at this time. And make sure you send your, and they saw the value of practicing the pitches.
Go.
You
There you
know,
go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And then that's what, to me, Um, I cannot underscore how much what we did, the work that we did. I cannot underline them because now that we even revisiting this and then talking about it again, I'm like, wow, listen to what we're talking about. We taught them how to pitch business,
Mm-hmm.
website, all front. I was like, if you hear this, you will think that this is like grown up that we're talking about. This is youth that we're talking about. You know what I mean? This is youth. So just imagine if this was just like on a larger scale,
Mm-hmm.
and if they had got to do it again, like what would they be really learning from there? Like that age, 15, 14, going with this knowledge, if you really go to there, you will know what it takes. It's something that you cannot forget. See what I'm saying? And nothing made me more happy or proud when, like you were saying, I say, okay, front of the house, because everybody in my class, the back think our job is difficult. We got to cook. The
Mm-hmm.
front just have to just, but we were so organized. I was impressed by some people that show leadership skills. Like they
Mm-hmm.
will organize the to-go boxes. They will organize the orders. They will organize, and Deborah was great. She would just like come and check on us sometime, ask, hey, what do you guys know that? And then she probably saw more than I saw because I was busy working with them. You see what I mean? And then when I would say, okay, you gotta go to the class, you gotta go. If the entrepreneur people don't want to work with us, you gotta go tell them what you feel like, what it is. They have to understand. They have to speak. You have to understand what you feel like. Same with the IT. So them going down there and talking, pitching idea, is just to expose them and get rid of those fear that sometimes as business people we have.
Mm-hmm.
Fear to just be able to express yourself and all that. So I loved it. I loved it. Sometimes there was clash, yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
There was things that we had to work in. This is real life. I told her this is real life. So when it comes time to go and then go to you, Deborah, your class, when I ask chefs to go, you're like, no, 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 no. I mean, this is cosmic because front house, they have to go. This is their part. I'm like, well, then you understand what it is. So don't sit here saying that they have it easy because you don't serve. And I told them, listen, no matter how good your food is, if these people don't go out there and make the customer feel good and sell it, it's not going to sell. So you
Right.
have to learn again the power of collaboration. So
Mm-hmm.
all along, you had to learn that. So to me, it was just beautiful. And then finishing with a banquet where the family has to come and all that, and we pull this off. I mean, guys, we just went to 14, 15-year-old just thinking about teaching them basic cooking skills. And we end up just taking orders and selling food
Right.
without, we forgot one thing, step up box. The currency that we created right there.
Yep.
Woo!
Yeah,
That
Yeah, I was step up box, you know what I mean?
one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so excellent, currency. So I mean, if this was something that we were reading about, three African American, African diaspora people did somewhere, we'd be like, oh my god, oh how did they pull this off? But because we're part of it, it just seems like oh it's normal, it's okay, we just did something, So we don't feel it. But
Mhm.
imagine reading this about some people doing this somewhere, it would blow the news, it would be like,
Right.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm so proud of you guys. I'm proud of ourselves. I'm proud of what we achieved, and I think we need to build on it. We need to
Yes.
build,
Yes,
we need to build on
definitely.
it. Yeah,
Talking
So
Definitely.
about the step box,
mhm.
Tiffany, can you tell us what it is?
Yes. So we created our own money in Step Up. The youth had to earn money throughout the week. We had a incentive system for them to earn because we didn't want them. They were complaining about using their own cash to purchase food. So we had to come up with a process on how they could earn the money. So we created Step Up Bucks. Um, they were able to earn money by different incentives like
I think we if any technology issue right here.
Yeah, technology
Yeah,
issues.
okay,
She's
all
yeah.
right.
using
Office
right
people,
Anybody
yeah,
now.
hear
she
me?
was just talking about. Yep, there
Okay,
we
she's
go.
Okay,
back.
all right. So we created a system so the youth could earn step up bucks so they could pay for their meals at the end. So they didn't really have to pay anything, but they did have to earn it. We wasn't given anything for free, so we created our own money in step
Mhm.
up.
Yeah.
Tiffany, if I may add something, I think, Deborah, it's funny how technology knows who to mess with. You and I, the tech lady. Technology is messing with the tech lady.
Girl, good lord.
You know what I mean? it's not the chef. It's not the coach. It's exactly.
Oh God, it's
It's with you.
Tiffany, right?
I know. You would think that we'll be the one having that problem. We'll be like, Tiffany, help. But technology is like, no, you do one. I'm a
Crazy,
meddling.
crazy, crazy.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
That's amazing. Wow. So at the end, we had a cohort of youth entrepreneurs aged 14 through 15
Mhm.
that knew about all about entrepreneurship. They
Mm-hmm.
knew all the components that goes into entrepreneurship, that goes
Mm-hmm.
into a business plan, and they were able to have a presentation to present, what they had learned to their parents and already at graduation day. So some of them were able to present on business plan. Why is it important to write a business plan? What is a vision statement, and financial projections and marketing strategies. And then another cohort was able to present um bookkeeping. Why is it important to keep your books, and how do you go about doing that? And then the last team was able to present, so we had business. Okay, what is an entrepreneur? What
Yes.
makes somebody an entrepreneur? They're trying to solve a problem, bring solutions in a form of a product or a service to the community that they're in, and they're able to identify a problem in the community and come up with solutions. So they're able to um, do that presentation to their parents, and then at the banquet, the graduation, I know Chef Jamil's class also was able to practice and to show everybody. It was a beautiful ceremony, very beautiful.
Yeah, it was. It was. It
Yeah.
was.
Right.
But I think, Tiffany, also your class also did show something to the parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was that
Yes,
order. I
yes.
believe you want entrepreneur you before I talk about the banquet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. So they were able to show the website, show their flyer. Actually, we did a little bit of coding when it came to, we were teaching them how to create mobile apps through Android developers. So they
Mm-hmm.
showcased that as well. So yeah, they learned how to create websites. They learned how to develop marketing material, brochures, flyers, things like that. And then they
Mm-hmm.
also at the end, because our job was done. We were done. So I started teaching them how to create mobile apps.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So let me tell you something, a secret you already know. If you would have told me when I started Step Up that I'm going to take um, young intern, 14, 15, and then go and then pull a banquet for 50 to 60 people, I'll say you crazy. You know what I mean? I'll say you
Uh-huh.
crazy. Like, I mean, I don't know if they know how to cook. I don't know, even let them know to cook professionally.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to divide this class in two, have the front and the back. I think we had like five chefs in the back and then 6 or 7 in the front. And
Mm-hmm.
we had some help from both your classes. But being able to come up with a 3 course meal, an app, an entree, and then dessert. And then it's not like something that we bought. We cooked it at the village.
Mm-hmm.
We cooked that and served that,
Yep.
you know. And I'm like, I'm sometimes like, wait a minute, if we could do that, and then, with this class, then imagine if you had that for like a year. What else could we do? These are,
Right.
those are things that we'll learn in college, like learning in schools. We don't teach those to 14, 15 years old.
Hmm.
And then for them to have the courage,
There
not
it
be
is.
afraid to do something like that,
There it is.
and cooking for their parent, I mean, like everybody just loved the food. Everybody just loved everything. I was like, wait a minute, what did we just do right now?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That really tells you that, what, with the drive and the will, you can do anything.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that I mean, that's the fun memory that I have. And then it goes to everybody, your class and all that too, because what we expose them to
Mm-hmm.
is really, really, really great. So I mean, I'm going to cherish this, and I hope that people see value in this, and I hope that, and I know the kids see, because I still talk to some of them. They still talk, and they still see. Even I met one. I was going to a restaurant to eat, and she was there with her grandma, and then she just jumped on my. I was like, "Oh God," And they said, "Oh my God." So it's great. The impact that we all have had on the youth in that short time, and what we have accomplished. I think it was great.
It
And
was
I can't thank
amazing.
you enough for being able to be part of that. Because you could have said that, oh no, I don't think this idea, we can't change our curriculum. You embraced it, and you were up for it. You were up for it. Sometimes you don't see that part of collaboration. It came naturally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It came naturally because it didn't take me long to pitch that idea to you guys. You were just
Mm-hmm.
on board right away. And I
I was
think,
excited to do it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So what would you do differently if you were to, you know, um, to go back next year and teach this youth? What would you do differently?
I mean, I will not end the class. The class will still continue right now.
I was gonna say
I mean,
we should have
I mean,
started the collaboration
think
at
about
the
it.
start.
You
So
know,
like we should have said earlier, right?
I mean, think about it. There's still things we're gonna clean up. But imagine if we had a long. Can you imagine what other business aspect we can teach them? What
Right.
other things that they will go through at this age? Like
Mm-hmm.
they could walk out of there, and then if they wanted to, like, even like on their own time, have a little, booth and sell something
Mm-hmm.
like the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
like cooking even burrito or something, or even like a sandwich or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
because they've done it already, from the business
Right.
concept to the IT. So just
Right.
imagine if they had a longer time to be able to go through this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That I will not end the class. But unfortunately, it's some program. But is there things that we can clean up? Of course, there's to be some things that we're going to clean up. That's going to happen. We're going to learn. And we're going to do different the second time.
Mm-hmm.
But if anything, I think we all have shown that we are fluid. We adapt quickly, and we don't just
Exactly.
remain with what we've written. We
Mm-hmm.
always try to see what's the best way, what's the better.
Mm-hmm.
It's something better. Then I think we can probably, and then do something and maybe even expand it to
Mm-hmm.
where really it's not just the village.
Mm-hmm.
To where, because now if you do it, we're gonna hit the ground running. We are not gonna wait 2-3 weeks after we start the program to think, okay, let's change this now. It's like from the get
Absolutely.
go.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're just gonna be like start that, and then they're gonna have more time to go to the process.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think you just have to also identify people that really fit each cohort. The
Right.
people that really, really, really want to be the business mind folks, the one that can help you write a business plan, the one that want to be that coach side, that entrepreneur side, and then
Mm-hmm.
help you on that, and identify people that really, really want to cook, people that really want to be in the front, people that really IT. What are the strong thing, and then start very young. Once you identify those, just give them the information, feed them the information, and then start them very early in the
Mm-hmm.
program so they can learn as much that they want to learn. That's one
Mm-hmm.
other aspect. But overall, honestly, for me, by the end of the cohort, I was like, I don't want this to end, just
Mm-hmm.
because of what the kids were learning,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
just because of what they were learning. That's why it felt to me like this is a great opportunity, because again, I don't see anything out there where those three are combined together. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know of anything? If you know, please
I
tell
do
me.
not. It's us. We're the starters. We're the innovators of it.
And talking about technology, Tiffany, what I really loved, when you guys created those flyers, you incorporated the QR code.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
It
Oh
was
yes.
amazing to me,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't recall that I've used any QR code before this class.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
So when they were going to their website and they didn't have the correct URL, it wasn't working. And one of the kids said, "Oh, let's just find a flyer." And I'm like, "What do they want to do with the
Mm-hmm.
flyer?"
Wow.
I went upstairs, came back with a flyer, and everybody,
All of
boom,
them.
boom, boom, boom,
Yep.
boom.
Yep. Yep. That's technology. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I love
At
it.
14, 15, imagine
Yep.
what we're just exposing them to that right there. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
what it was just so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's you like this should be something that you incorporate in school, where this power of collaboration teach kids
Mm-hmm.
this is what they
Yes.
want. Because
Yes.
I don't want to go all the way through and have my PhD and realize that really what I wanted is this, what I love to do is this. If that's
Mm-hmm.
what it is, just get them to that route right away.
Right.
Again, like I'm telling you guys, It doesn't matter if this was cooking. That's why. It doesn't matter if it was fashion. It doesn't
Right.
matter if it was uh, art. If anybody combine these three, where you get the entrepreneur, sound mind people, help you develop your business model and all that, and then accounting system and all that, and then you have the tech help you to set up something. You do something different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's what made it great. It's that collaboration that made
Right.
it
Yes,
great.
yes.
Right.
So I believe thank you so much, those that had tuned in and connected with us tonight. And tonight we're talking about the power of collaboration. And I believe what we talk about and the little bit that we shared with you, you guys were able to, have an idea of what it was when talking about the power of collaboration. That's how, we all have strengths, but we also have weaknesses. So we build upon our strengths that we brought together to make this happen. That's what the power of collaboration is. Uh, I know, Jamil, just by yourself, you could have pulled this, out and do it by yourself. And Tiffany, also, you have, business background, and as well as, I mean, I don't have any culinary background.
Hey, you have the most important one though. You know food. If
Mhm,
you can taste it, tell me if it's good or not.
Mhm.
mhm, 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 mhm. So we were able to, build one another and use our strengths in order to make this happen. That's the power of collaboration that we're talking about, and also provide one another with, constructive feedback.
Right.
Anything that you would like to add, either Chef Jamil or Tiffany?
To me, the question is, when can we do it again?
I
You
was
know,
just getting ready to say
and,
that,
and
Jamil.
do
Like,
it better.
who's ready for us? Who's ready for us? We ready to do it again.
What can we do it
Yeah.
again? Do better, and then also, take it and teach others to do the same.
Yes.
Mhm,
And like I was saying right now, it doesn't have to be culinary, even if it's with art, even if
music.
it's fashion, even if it's whatever. But
Mhm,
I think what we learn here is that if we all, like you were saying, Deborah, we could not have done it alone. Each of us,
Right.
put something together. If you go into this and they're just teaching one component of this whole thing, yes, you're doing something great. Though, don't get me wrong. You still
mhm,
just think about it. Why have three cohorts over there and then just why? Why not just put it together? Why
mhm,
not just get somebody? Because this is how things work, even now in reality. If somebody's going to culinary school right now, learning something in the college, they will have to finish their culinary program. Then when they're done, now they have more part of it. During that, they will have some courses. They'll have some business courses, of course. There will be business courses, but I don't think it's really, really focused on entrepreneurship. We all have taken our degree, and then we all have taken business class as part of it. There's no practical side of it. There's no practical side of it. You have to learn that after you're done with your graduation.
mhm,
But imagine if you can, this can be part of the process also. It will save you some time. And then, when you're done, you're ready to just hit the ground running.
mhm,
Right.
We able to do this at 14, 15. If they can be exposed to that, like for many, more years, imagine what it would be. To
mhm,
me, that's how I see it. And then that's why I ask ourselves, like, are we onto something right here?
mhm,
Like, you know, how can we do this better? How can we get this, and how can we get people to see what we have done? You see
mhm,
what I'm saying? How can we get people to see really what happened, how it happened?
Right.
mhm,
Right.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that the news wanted to cover that, but by the time that we went to doing it, they weren't really there to see the whole process.
mhm,
Mhm.
If I were to do it again, I would just we need to document this properly
mhm.
so we can show the transformation. So we
Yes.
You
can really
know,
show
that's
what.
why Afro Swag is here, and next time we will do better. Now
Mhm.
that we have a process in place, Afro
Mhm.
Swag will be able to cover that piece of it, and
There
then
we
the
go. There we go.
storytelling from the beginning to the
There
end,
you go.
to
There
make
you go.
sure that we don't miss anything at
Anything.
all. And
Yes.
I would like to give a shout out to the Empowerment Network with the
Yes.
Yes.
Step Up program for bringing this to the kids. It's
Yes.
needed,
Mhm.
traditionally. the idea was, go to college, go to school, graduate, and then work for someone, find a
Mm-hmm.
job, employment, and all that stuff. But introducing this option to the kids, entrepreneurship is not just about going to school, graduating, and then finding a job, a job, but
Uh-huh.
you can also, become an entrepreneur. You can have
Right.
ideas, to better your community. This is what it is about.
Right.
Yes.
Identify a problem in the community and then
Exactly.
find solutions, bring product and services to better your community. So shout out to Step Up program.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Thank you. And
Mm-hmm.
thank
Yeah.
you, Empowerment Network. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I
It
wanted
gave.
to say too, just with building a website, it was good to have an actual customer, right? To
Mm-hmm.
build from. Even when you're in school, you're just using a template or an idea, but to understand that this is a customer, this is what they need, this is what their vision is. How do we take that idea and putting into an actual functional website was amazing. You
Yeah.
don't get those hands-on opportunities when you're in school.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to do this and see the result of it was phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
in the IT space,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't really get those opportunities. You're doing things just for schoolwork, for a
Mhm.
grade, but to actually use this uh, in real life
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
was amazing. That was the opportunity right there,
Yes.
and honestly, to see the result of it afterwards was
Mm-hmm.
very rewarding. Like you said, them using the QR code. Oh, let's go! When
Yep.
I had
Yeah.
introduced, hey, we should put a QR code on the flyer. Like, how do we do that? So I had to teach them that, and then learning how you can manipulate the QR code. What can you put in it? What colors can you make? And you can put the logo in it. All of that. They had a greater understanding and appreciation just from that one piece of technology, a QR code.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great. That's great. I can concur with you guys more than that. The empowerment network, and then the step up gave us the chance to be able to collaborate together, be able to have this experience because we also learned a lot. And hearing this testimony, um, I wish we had some of the kids on, and so they can say this by themselves, so we can hear them and see what they experience. But from
That would be another show
another
where
show, there
we
we go.
bring them,
There we go. Yep.
that way we
Yep.
can
Wonderful. Let's
conversate
make it
with
happen.
them. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And
let's make it
Tiffany said something very important that I really like when, and this is just, to raise that awareness.
happen. Mm-hmm.
A lot of entrepreneurs, when we go to IT people and we
Mm-hmm.
ask them, hey, can you build me a website and can you do this? We think it's magic when that IT person is asking us for, details, more
Yep.
questions. What
Yep.
is the vision? What is
Mm-hmm.
It's for a purpose. They need
Mm-hmm.
to understand your vision in order
Right,
to make that happen. It's not magic. So
right,
Mm-hmm.
having an actual customer and then being able to interact with the customer to
hmm,
understand the idea or what they want to see the website look like, the colors and
Mm-hmm.
everything, it was
right,
amazing to go through the
Indeed.
whole process and then having even the customer come and look at the finished product. Okay, do you like it? Is it working? Let's test
Mm-hmm.
it on the phone. Let's test it on an iPad. Let's test
hmm,
it on the computer to see if it works. That's amazing.
Yes, it
and
is
then
amazing.
we were able to take the website and make it into a mobile app, so you could go
Mhm,
online or go on your app
And
and
all.
order as well. And they didn't know that that was a option that you could do that.
mhm,
They thought you had to get on your laptop and go to the website. Well, no, you can actually go on. It can create a mobile app, a Wix mobile app, and then they were able to even track orders on their phone as well.
mhm,
So that was enlightening for them as well. Like, no, we don't have to build a whole app for your website. There's
mhm,
software built in the website where you can make it mobile friendly, so you can download it and have it on your phone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I didn't know that. So that was good. That was enlightening for me to be able to share that with the youth, with the team. That we can use this software in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be just on a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
So they were happy about that as well.
That's
That's
so
good.
amazing. So, yes, Chef Jamil, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. It's okay. I was just gonna also add one thing is that kudos to you both in the kudos Tiffany class. Like I know sometimes Tiffany had to Tiffany went in some class, but your team were ready. They were
Hmm.
just like, they still work like just like if you were there. And
Hmm.
then they will come back for that communication. It
Hmm.
was constant, that communication. And then like you were saying, Deborah alluded to this. If you ask the tech to do something, it's not just like, okay, just do it. That's why I was like, you have to go talk to the tech people. You have to make sure that they know what you want. That
Mm-hmm.
communication has to be open. Same way, you got to go talk to your finance guy. You got to talk to how do you learn bookkeeping? How do you reconcile? Do your reconciliation. You have to. So I'm just imagining if I was 14, 15, and then somebody exposed me to that.
Hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's what to me I picture in my head. That's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy, for the work we have accomplished, and then I hope that it make a lasting impression on the kid because they
Mm-hmm.
loved it. It wasn't just cooking. I know we still like we're repeating this, but we also listen to because there's value in what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's value in what we did.
Mm-hmm.
All of them they learn how to mesh everything together. Everything Deborah said right here, same thing. So, and I thank you, Deborah, for bringing us together here to be able to talk about this because sometimes we don't get to revisit this and we don't get to review this. Me, even sitting and talking to this with you guys, I'm like, oh, you know what? We've done some great. We've done some great.
Yes. Thank you, Deborah, for
Thank
really
you.
putting this together. I think a lot of times we work and we don't showcase the work that we do. We
Mm-hmm.
just take it for granted that this is our skill, this is what we do, and we
Yep.
just move on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for shedding light to our project this summer. It really was power in our collaboration this summer. And
Yeah.
I'm just grateful that I was asked to be at the table to
Mm-hmm.
provide the tech um, tech services for this project. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for inviting me to the table. It was I was ready for the challenge, and I'm so
Mm-hmm.
grateful that we was able to perform. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we need to continue to do this. We, like I said, I always say that we're constantly users of technology and not producers. And this collaboration showed the youth that they can produce technology,
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
they can do this
Mm-hmm.
instead of sitting on your phone and using it.
Mm-hmm.
Create something. You can be a creator.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that.
Wow.
Well, thank you so much, Chef Jamil. Thank you, Tiffany, and Gamble Tech Consulting, and Eat and Talk Africa, House of Bar, Business Sales Consulting Firm. Thank you so
First
much
one.
for pulling this, together. And I mean, it was successful. We people usually said, oh, um, it is said, be humble, be this. We are humble, but
Mm-hmm.
when you've done a job well, you'll be
Mm-hmm.
the first one to, acknowledge, yes, this was a job well done. We are not afraid to say that. We are not ashamed to say that. We did a really good job.
Hmm.
Right?
Indeed. We did it well. You're right. I can't agree more with you. So that's why I told you like even right now we're still talking about this. If we don't, we could go on because we don't know what's
Right?
up. You know what I mean? There's so
Right.
many great stories that we can talk about it. We're going on, but we gotta make sure that the show's not too long. But that's just how good it was.
Hmm.
And then even talking about it, when you can look at one aspect and not like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was a hiccup, but you cannot look. Everything was a learning moment.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. That for me, that's why I like it. And like I said, we just need to next time um keep track better so we can have something
Mm-hmm.
to show. We can have something to
Yes.
talk about. so we can
Mhm.
also share others, So, but
Mhm.
Deborah, again, I want to thank you for again inviting us and putting this together so we can kind of like go back and revisit this and then learn from this, and then move forward, And I can't wait
Absolutely.
for her to bring some of the step up kids and then maybe do something with them
Mhm.
so they can kind of get other people to know that listen. And Tiffany, I like what you say.
Mhm.
Um, we're just not a technology user; we're a producer, because that's really huge in our community. That's really huge that we need to realize that we need to push the next generation
Mhm.
to,
Mhm.
towards stuff like that, and we need to get them the skills needed. Like this
Mhm.
right now, they will live with having this in them, so they will know. And I
Mhm.
told them, I'm like, let me tell you something. Right now, you're learning this, like, we're also doing it. We just like we're doing it because it's our skills, because okay. But when you're going to be put in this situation, trust me, that's when you'll be able to rely on this experience and
Mhm.
on yourself doing it. You'll be like, wait a minute. Oh, I did just step up. I know the process. It's okay,
Mhm.
guys. You relax. It takes a lot. You gotta talk to this. You gotta, So those are things that when I look at, I smile and I say, you know what, we are planting the right seed. We are doing the right thing.
Yes,
So
yes.
kudos to you guys. Kudos to you both.
Kudos to you,
Wow.
Chef.
Thank you so much. For those that are going to watch the replay, please don't forget to push hashtag replay. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put it in the comment box. We will make sure to address all the questions. And those that are watching from different groups on Facebook, I apologize, but I'm not able to see your comment right now. But when we go back and see your comment, we will make sure we address all the questions. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. And this was Afro Swag Media and Magazine. Until next, have a good night and be safe out there. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.